This is the second part of the worst place I've ever worked at, so if you haven't watched the first part, I would recommend you to watch it because if not, this story won't make any sense. Anyways, let's start. We cut off when my district manager sent me the whole paragraph saying that he doesn't believe the smoking inside of the building, the greening out, the dirty insides, and the cross-contamination happening. But what I forgot to tell you guys is that after I uploaded the first video, I remember something that happened that also makes this whole situation even worse. The manager I was complaining about to my district manager had a son. He was 13 when I met him, which makes things way worse. Why do you ask? Well, it was because this kid kept getting into a lot of trouble. First of all, he helped in the pizza place without getting paid because he was like 13 or 12 years old, and I guess upper ups caught my manager giving him work, so they had to fire him. Because, you know, making a kid work at 12 or 13 is actually illegal. But after that, he came into work almost every day, get free food, smoke, and do drugs in the building, and get into fights with his mom a lot. One time we were trying to help a customer while he barged through the door and started to get into a yelling match with his mom. Why? Because she didn't want to give him $100 to buy some sort of game on his PC, which was already crazy, and it was also in front of a customer that was our usual. Cutting it short, a lot of family drama. Anyways, we cut back into the present with my district manager sending me that long ass paragraph. What did I say after that? Nothing. I put my 2 weeks in and never showed up for the last 2 weeks either way. I wasn't going to deal with people treating me like shit anymore for $9 an hour. And remember how I told my district manager to keep everything confidential? Well, he didn't do any of that, and he told my manager right away. I was so scared because my manager was an ex-offender for battery and assault. I was 16 at this time, so in my head, I was deadly scared that she was gonna come to my house and beat me up because of what I said to my district manager. Of course, it was all in my head because she couldn't afford to go back to jail for assaulting a minor and lose the car that one of my co-workers actually had to get for her because she legally couldn't drive or even own a car because of a DUI she had gotten in the past. I had a lot to lose, but in my 16-year-old mind, she was in my walls watching me sleep. Remember how I said that I was going to make 3 or 4 parts of this whole drama? Well, I'm gonna cut it short because I have a lot of other videos I want to make, but basically, after I quit, they got caught. How do you ask? My best friend started working there after I moved to another state and kept me updated on the drama. Basically what happened was that one of the new workers there didn't really want to do their job, which was very common in here. They didn't care if you were in your car for hours or just do nothing because they'll abuse of the people who actually are too shy to say anything about it. But that's besides the point. One of the workers basically crashed out on her because he didn't want to do his job and threw a pizza on the floor and receipts on her face and got into a yelling match and resulted in him quitting on the spot, or basically him getting fired. But after that, my manager had to write a report about it, which made the higher-ups start looking at the cameras. And finally, they looked at the cameras, and what did they see? Everything that I was talking about, I was right! They ended up demoting my manager to an assistant manager and moved her to another store. What happened to my district manager, you may ask? Well, a couple months prior to this incident, at another store he was helping, he got into a fist fight with a customer and got fired. Now he's a military recruiter. Who would have thought? Anyways, that's how I'm gonna conclude this video. And the lesson you learned from this video is that I'm always right! Hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.